You are strong. Never let anyone tell you what you don't know. 'Cause you're what you believe. And with God, you're a star and you shine. Don't let life tell you lies. Just be strong in the Lord and you'll know.
You know, so it's so important to actually embrace the season that you're in, as I'm saying, because a lot of people, you're married, you looking at single people and you're like, I wish I was single. And all married people will advise you and say, you know what, uska matatela kunyala.
Yeah.
Because it's so much and you can't do 6, 7, 8 and 9, and you're single and you're like, but I want to get married. And the thing with me is, I think that's why I love God so much, because I had to understand his timing, because something, speaking of, I'm reminded of something. With me, when I was young, I was so different. Different in the sense that I was always a late bloomer in dating, late bloomer in, and when you look at your life, you don't have a lot of ex-boyfriends, and so you were basically a late bloomer. So I started actually late in terms of dating also as well. So I think that helped me. Because sometimes what used to be a weak point back then, God used it to be a strong point. I'm looking at me being a late bloomer by then, it's also now helping me in my singlehood. That God is like, but we are this thing.
Yeah.
Why ujaha? Because back then, I groomed you for certain things, and that is why I don't put pressure on myself, and I want to embrace this moment and enjoy it, because I got to learn so much about myself. And it's so important that when you're seeing somebody, not to lose yourself.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happens to most of us. We get into relationships and we lose ourselves. And in me being single for quite a while, it's by choice. I was single, don't get me wrong, I could have chosen to actually date.
The worst.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a CV, but you like, Lord, I want you to filter certain things out of me.
Yeah.
And I want you to turn me into the woman and the wife and the mother that I ought to be, because it might sound cocky what I'm about to say, because I don't take pride in being somebody's girlfriend, especially in the things that I'm equipping myself with. I'm not in the stages of a girlfriend, and people will be like, no, but you need to pass the girlfriend stages. If you're still an amateur, you won't understand my statement, what I mean by that, But if you really understand what I mean, you understand what I mean. So yes, I took this opportunity and I said, run with it. I learned so much about myself. I'm that girl, my friends would even tell you, I pamper myself. I love flowers, so I buy myself flowers. Like with me, I don't wait for a man to do something for me. I started this whilst I was still in high school, where I would buy myself stuff and gifts and whatever. So it's a norm for me. And like I'm saying, so when relationships have a funny thing, they do things to you because you adapt the person's nature and character and all these other things, and you don't detox who you used to be. So with me, I forgot the things that I used to do for myself when I was single, while I was in a relationship. So I went back to everything that I used to do back in high school. When I was not dating in high school, I would buy myself on Valentine's Day, I would buy myself gifts, I would buy myself stuff, I would spoil myself. So that is me. So I pamper myself. I take myself to a spa. I've got sinuses, but I love flowers, as you can see, flowers there, but they're dying, so yeah. But I love pampering myself. I take myself to spa treatments, and I love food. So cooking is one of the things that I love doing. So I would take myself out for a dinner with no shame.
Yeah. Sitting there by yourself.
I am telling you. I think because I don't worry about the clock ticking.
Yeah.
Because I understand who I'm serving. Because God is the author of time.
Yeah.
He's able to do things with time. If he says not now, because I know why not now.
Yeah.
He knows.
And it's not a competition, and marriage is not
It's not an achievement.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
see, it's not what we run
make
to
it to
achieve.
be- oh.
Exactly.
But it's so sad because we live in a society and a system that says when you're a certain age, you need to be married. If you're not, you're a spinster and you're this and you're this and all of these things. So I think if you understand so many things, certain things don't phase you and they don't move you.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm believing in God and something is in the pipeline.
Hi, Bo.
But yes, God is doing things. I'm like,
Okay.
I serve a wonderful God. So I'm
Yeah.
believing in God for so many things. So I speak with my Father, man.
Yeah.
And we know the things that we actually speak about. As I said, I chose to be single by choice. I could have chosen to date.
Yeah.
Because one thing that I've realized, it's so important because what we don't do is that I make sure that I evaluate why am I about to even get into a union? Am I getting into a union because of a sense of belonging or lust or these things?
Yeah.
So I look at my motives. I look at, okay, what is driving you to enter into this union? If my motives are wrong, then I say scratch it. It's not worth it. Because I could date, because I'm surrounded, most of my friends, if not all my friends are married, they've got kids. So I could choose that to pressure me. But because I know, and because, like I say, it's so important to understand what your womb is carrying.
Yeah.
Because you cannot just pick and choose anybody.
You can't.
Because we're talking purpose.
Yeah.
We're talking destiny. And whoever you partner with has the capability to you either will not get there when coming to your destiny or purpose, or he's going to delay it, or you will get there.
Yeah.
So in you partnering, it's so important. And that is why even the person that's going to be in your life, you need to understand his vision.
Yeah.
Because as a woman, I also need to understand, in me coming into this guy's life, how am I assisting?
Yeah.
How am I helping? Because I'm called to be a helpmate.
Yeah.
So I need to get those things. Because with me, I don't just date for a need.
No.
I date for purpose.
Yeah.
So that is one thing that we need to understand. That as Jolinji,
Yeah.
but
You know,
date
like a
for
pastime.
Exactly.
No,
date
it's
for
not.
purpose, not
Yeah.
for a need. You know. So I think that is very important.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
I also got to a stage where I was like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna date anymore, and I don't want a boyfriend.
Oh,
You know,
please.
no, not anymore.
Husband.
Yeah,
Please.
You see, so my husband, when he came into my life, I told him, you know what, Baba, Mina, I'm not looking for a boyfriend, and I'm not gonna get a boyfriend. So if you are gonna be in my life,
Bye.
it means you're gonna be my husband.
Well,
if you're not gonna be my husband, then
Bye.
yeah, Ibo. And at that moment, when I said that, I was at a stage where God has been working in me,
Wow.
and He was continuing to work in me.
Amen.
And thank God, He was also working in my
him.
husband.
Yes.
Because when we were ready and we were like, yeah, because we were old. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I was 29. Well, not really old, but by human standards.
Yes.
I was 29,
Oh, wow.
he was 33. And but when we told each other that, okay, now we're ready, we were 100% on our own. Because there's not, we didn't have that thing in which you complete me.
Yes.
Yeah, because it means
You were never
I'm
whole.
29%.
Yeah, you were never whole.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't want to marry a 29%
Ah,
person.
please.
Yeah, so because God has been working in us, and He's been filling us with Himself and fixing what needed to be fixed, and so we got into marriage. And so people ask, when do you know when you're ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 100 and he was 100.
Wow. Together.
Yeah,
200.
yeah.
Wow. I like what you say. You're saying something so intense and so deep. I think we live in a society whereby I cannot go to a guy and say, I'm not going to be a girlfriend. Me, I'm a wife. We are taught never to really have standards. Because if you have standards, nobody's going to reach up to them.
Or they are too high.
They're too
Lower
high,
them
so
a little
lower them
bit.
low. So we always like accommodate people, and like, because like mauti ngifuna indoda is so no that's too much. Mauti no mina I'm ngifuna uba girlfriend. I am a wife. They like, but no. Or extra, you understand? So I like, and for me, sorry to say this, but a man knows his motives. he knows whether you're going to be a one-night stand.
Yeah.
He knows whether, you know, okay, it's not push and no girl, or you're a wife.
Yeah.
A man knows, you know. So we stay in relationships hoping for the best and all of these things, but then, okay, yes, men know, and that's, yeah, it's so sad that, yeah, but I'm not gonna get into that, right? But like, yes, yeah.
Growing in life strong, a deeper